In the new vocabulary class, you will begin each lesson with a warm-up and introduction. These will be focused around the lesson topic. For example, in Level 1, this lesson focuses on numbers. So for warm-up, the student will be encouraged to drag and drop and put the numbers in order. Then for introduction, you will ask, what numbers do you see? In Level 4, the topic of this lesson is fruits. The first question you will ask is, what kind of ice cream do you like? Then for the introduction activity, you will pull the question from the side and read to the student. Then you will play the audio clip to hear a conversation. Then on the next slide, the student will be encouraged to answer the question in regards to that conversation they heard. Then you will begin your teaching of the vocabulary lesson. For the teaching portion of the lesson, in levels 1, 2, and 3, you will transition into the Let's Learn. In this section, the student learns new vocabulary words. In this lesson, from level 2, the student will be learning farm animals like pig, horse, and cow. Some of the activities look like this. The student will drag and drop to match the words to the meaning. The student will also trace the words. In the upper levels, this is the words to know portion of the lesson, where the student learns more of the vocabulary words in context. They will see a picture and read a sentence, and then answer some questions about that vocabulary, such as this slide in level 6 about the spoon. For all levels, it's important that you bring in your props, your realia, and use your TPR to support the meaning of these words for the students. The next portion of the teaching is Let's Read, except for level 1. In level 1, it's Let's Chant, like this lesson. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little apples. That is great for those lower level and younger students just learning vocabulary words. So encourage those students to chant along to these. In the other levels, the reading activities may look little bit different. In level 2, you will ask questions and have the student respond in complete sentences, repeating from you. In the upper levels, the students will follow along and answer some questions about the text. For the application portion of the vocabulary lessons, in levels 1 through 3, the next portion is Let's Play. The student will complete a variety of different activities to apply the meaning of these vocabulary words and produce the accurate pronunciation. This is an example from level 2, where the student will drag the camera and say the names of these farm animals. For the upper levels, levels 4 through 6, the student will be guided through read aloud activities. This is an example from level 4. In this lesson, the student will hear the teacher read the sentence and then repeat. I want a red apple. Have the student repeat that sentence. Click Start. The banana is yellow. And the student will repeat each of these as you complete the activity. Then comes the assessment portion of these lessons. You're looking to see if the student has learned all of these vocabulary words throughout the lesson. When you are in the lower levels, in level 1, this is called Let's Talk. This goes all the way through level 3. This is an example of what that might look like. You are asking the student, how many balloons are there? And guiding them to respond in that complete sentence. There are. To assess the upper level students, those in levels 4, 5, and 6, they complete Let's Practice activities. This is an example of one. The student is to choose which one is not a fruit listed on the slide. These activities will assess all vocabulary learned throughout the lesson. For the final portion of all vocabulary lessons in each level, levels 1 through 6, the student will complete Let's Review activities. Here, the student will practice all vocabulary learned throughout the lesson with activities such as this one in level 2, where the student will practice naming all of the farm animals from the lesson. Pull your props back out to have a little fun and use that TPR and wrap up the lesson with that positive sentiment.